Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of From the Bench to the Mic. I'm your host, Jonathan Holmes. Welcome to episode 13 of Lord knows how many. I just want to say thank you to everybody that's tuning in, wherever you may be and however you may be listening. It's a pleasure to have you. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Give me a like, give me a follow on Instagram, follow on Twitter or X or however you want to refer to it. As we're getting to expand our palette across social media. We've started here, of course, on YouTube, but we're going to start getting more active on X.com, Twitter, Instagram. We're going to start getting all over the place and really starting to expand this. So again, I just want to say thank you. Appreciate everybody that's already subbed, giving likes, giving follows, all that good stuff, because you're helping me just continue to build that fire, build that motivation to keep going. So, well, we had an awesome weekend of college hoops, ton of just phenomenal games, a lot of great matchups. Some teams pulled off some resume building wins. We had the top 25 come out today. I'll give you a full reaction of that, along with, of course, the review from Saturday's slate. We've got Jonny'S Buckets of the Week, give you guys a couple nominees and give you the second ever Bucket of the Week. Excited to give that, hand that one out. Isaiah Evans was our first winner. We'll see who gets it on this next one. And then, just previewing the matchups this week. There's only one really great one occurring tomorrow night on Wednesday. We'll give you a little bit of a preview of that, or I'll give you a preview of that, and I'll save all the Saturday stuff for Friday's episode. But without further ado, baby, let's roll. All right, hey, first segment, we're going through Saturday's slate from this past weekend. Just going to be completely transparent with y'all. Had to catch up on a lot of games. Had a phenomenal time down in Houston, Texas, at the good old Margaritaville with a bunch of my buddies. Had a wedding for my friend Chris. Just super happy for the couple. They had a beautiful venue, great group, just a ton of fun. So definitely will be missing college hoops for them. So I had to play catch up, which is totally fine. It was totally worth it, just going back and checking out all highlights. And we're going to give you just a quick little breakdown of what I saw and what's to come in the future. So first off, we're going to start with the one game that we all tuned into, Arkansas versus Texas Tech. Now, this is just an incredible win for the Hogs. 93-86, Arkansas takes down Texas Tech at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, led by 24 from Trevin Brazile, 20 from Darius Acuff, and then 20 from Carter Knox. Those three dudes, if I had to put three letters to all three of them, it would be PRO. Pro. All three of these dudes showed that they can play at the highest level and take their game beyond belief. So I was very, very impressed with Darius Acuff, the way he was able to handle Texas Tech's pressure. Christian Anderson is an underrated defender. JT Toppin is excellent in the paint. He's a Player of the Year candidate, of course, in the Big 12. But the way that Darius Acuff was able to get downhill, create plays for his teammates, get to the basket when he needed to, was just mesmerizing. And he just doesn't look like a freshman out there. He's going at his own pace. He's in complete control. He's got a great head on his shoulders. Just knows he's just so great with the ball. And I think this is just a history of, it's just an attest to the history of the great guards that Cal's been able to have. I mean, everybody from SGA, Tyrese Maxey, Tyler Hero, John Wall, Brandon Knight, Jeff Teague. I mean, all these excellent guards of Devin Booker. I mean, the Harrison twins, you can go on and on, of course. Darius Acuff's that next guy, and he's already here, so he is the guy right now. He is the next great guard that'll be going to the pros here next year. Will be making he'll make a lot of money playing the game that he loves. So I was very impressed with Darius Acuff, 7 of 14 from the field, 4 of 6 from the free throw line. He had 8 dimes to go with it. Only had 2 turnovers, played 34 minutes. I mean, that's exactly what you want from your point guard. I was very, very impressed. Love the kid. He's just he's a floor general, true meaning of a floor general. And if he's not one of the top 5 point guards on your list for point guards in the country, your list is wrong. So may need to reevaluate that. But anyways, Trevor Brazile, 24 points, 8 of 13 from the field, 4 of 5 from 3. Now, I always get worried when big men like him get comfortable shooting the 3. I loved it for this Texas Tech game just because JT Toppin was such a dominant defender in the paint. If you can have a guy that can stretch the floor and stretch it out like Trevor Brazile did and make his shots, Texas Tech has no answer. I don't think JT Toppin's a great perimeter defender. He's excellent in the paint. Excellent. Probably the best in the country. But if you're able to extend him out, get him on a guy like Trevor Brazile, who can handle the ball, kind of like a guard. I mean, there was a highlight of him where Acuff dribbled with his left hand. Trevor Brazile slid from the wing to the corner like he was a 2 guard. It was incredible. But if you can get a guy like him out on the outside, any team, it's going to be a tough matchup for Texas Tech. Tough matchup for JT Toppin. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. So props to Trevor Brazile for having the confidence to step in, take on the challenge, knock down some big threes for the Hogs late in the game, and just to help extend that lead when we got to the second half of the second half. So great work from him. Great game. Carter Knox, welcome to it, man. You've shown bits and pieces and spurts that you want to be a part of the party. I think today just really you sat yourself at the table. You brought a home cooked meal, and you're ready to share with the rest of the party and really get after it with these guys. I'm very impressed with Carter Knox, his performance. I'm sure there's a ton of general managers in the building, but no better time to have a great performance than against Texas Tech in front of a bunch of NBA scouts. So Carter Knox, welcome to it, man. You shot 8 of 11 from the field. You had 6 boards. You didn't have any turnovers, which was awesome to see. You also had 3 threes, which was incredible. So Carter Knox, welcome to it, man. I was impressed with Malik Ewin. He had 9.6 boards. Malik Thomas didn't shoot the ball crazy great. 2 of 8 from the field, only 8 points. That's the other dynamite freshman for the Hogs. But this was a huge win for Arkansas. I was a little worried that they were going to be a little fraudulent this year. You play all the Elite 8 teams from this year. You haven't played, of course, the SEC teams yet. They'll get to those, of course, in conference play, but you lose a close one on the road to Tom Izzo and the Spartans. You lose a neutral site to Duke. You beat Louisville at home, which Louisville was, that was a great win. Don't get me wrong, but the tournament games aren't played on home courts. They're played on neutral site venues. So I wanted to see Arkansas go into a neutral site and go get a W and play well. And that's exactly what they did on Saturday. And that just sparked my confidence from like a 7 to like a 9.5 on Arkansas being able to go into the tournament and beat a great team on a neutral site. Almost could have been a home game for Texas Tech. There didn't seem to be a ton of Red Raider fans there. Arkansas loves to travel. That's always going to be the case. So big win for Arkansas. Now, Trevor Brazile, Darius Acuff, Carter Knox had awesome games. Arkansas doesn't win this game without Billy Richmond. Billy Richmond's the complete X factor. He might be, he's a lot of Razorback fans' favorite player. The guy just only makes hustle plays. He loves to play ball. He's here to give whatever it is for the team to win. He doesn't care about scoring. He doesn't care about all the threes and the fame and the points and the razzle dazzle. The dude's just a grinder, and he is the perfect kind of guy that can help propel you on a run in the tournament and throughout the regular season. When teams just they're lacking that energy, Billy's right there to really make a play and bring the energy back into the building. So I compare him to George Pickens. I think him and George Pickens have a lot in common. They love to get people wound up and really rocking and rolling. And they're just great energy guys. Seem like great teammates to play alongside. They seem like guys that you just really don't want to go up against. But Billy Richmond, check out this hustle play that he made that I think really solidified the win for Arkansas.
For Anderson. Met by Richmond with the strip. Gave it up. A-cup the drive in the bucket and the lead.
I mean, you can't teach that. That's pure hustle. That's pure want to, pure I want to go win the ball game. And I think that's what really turned it up a notch for the Hogs, and they were able to get a huge W out of it. So yes, another great win for Arkansas. They've got Houston coming up. I believe it's Saturday in the Garden. We'll see, another true test. Houston's very beatable. They've shown signs of vulnerability, and I think Arkansas can really match up well with them and possibly get another great neutral site win at a place that Cal loves to go play. Texas Tech, on the other hand, I was really high on this team. I thought Christian Anderson could make a run for Big 12 Player of the Year. He wasn't my pick to win it. JT Toppin definitely looks like that player. And Christian Anderson, don't get me wrong, looks great. He had a bad turnover late in the game, the one that I just showed you with Billy. Billy picked his pocket, took it, and we obviously took it down to the other side, or the other rim, got the basket. But Texas Tech has no depth. They played 6 guys the other day on Saturday against Arkansas. Toppin and Anderson played 40 minutes. You got no production from anybody outside of your 2 stars. I mean, Toppin and Anderson combined for 56 points, 15 rebounds, and 11 assists. I mean, that's when you're getting that from just 2 guys, you got to have some sort of support to go get yourself a W. And 2 guys aren't going to be winning ball games in this day and age. You got to have 3, 4, 5. And then you've got to have your support cast off the bench. So that's why I love UConn, and I really love this Arkansas team, is their depth is just incredible. Texas Tech is lacking that right now. I think they'll end up getting it figured out. They've got a great coaching staff. JT Toppin and Christian Anderson are both excellent ball players. Those guys aren't ever going to go away. It's just who wants to step up. Is it going to be Lawan Watts? Is it going to be Donovan Atwell? I think it needs to be Donovan Atwell. He's a veteran guy, transferred in from UNC Greensboro. I think he needs to be that third scorer for the Red Raiders if they want to have any sort of success in the Big 12. So yeah, 93-86, Arkansas takes down Texas Tech. Moving on, Gonzaga versus UCLA.
You'll get more than one opportunity. Author for the lead.
Gonzaga 82, UCLA 72. Gonzaga was up 5 at half, ended up pulling away late. I don't know who's going to stop Graham Ike. Graham Ike, 25 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. He is dominant. I mean, he looks like Giannis, just long, freakishly athletic. He could step it out and shoot it if need be. He's a decent free throw shooter. He shot 6 of 9 the other day. I don't know how you stop him. Until somebody in the WCC is definitely not going to be able to stop him. I thought Xavier Booker was going to be up for the task here for the Bruins. He had 8 blocks, which was great, but when you have 8 blocks, you got to be able to take those into transition and get points. Doesn't really mean anything if you're just giving the ball right back to Gonzaga, and they're able to keep their lead, of course. So, anyways, Graham Ike is dominant. Braden Huff had 21. He shot 6 of 8 from the free throw line as well. So their bigs are just playing very high level basketball right now. And Gonzaga's they're here to party. They're here to have a good time, and they're here for a long time. Okay, this isn't no Allen Jackson. I ain't here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. They're here for the whole time, man. They're ready to finish up this season and finish it up in at the Final Four and possibly competing for a national championship. And I think they have the tools to do it. The only thing that they're really missing, I think, is great guard play. Not even great, but good guard play. Because I've been saying it all along, and everybody knows that watches college basketball, you have to have good guard play to win in the tournament. Bigs can only get you so far, in my opinion. That's just what history has kind of told us. You have to have guys that can handle the ball under high pressure situations and are able to go and knock down free throws and be able to make big shots when teams go to double your bigs and all of that stuff, be able to space the floor properly. So we need to see some better guard play out of Gonzaga if we want to see them make a run. But right now, Ike and Braden Huff, they might be the best front court in college basketball right now, and that's even going up against Florida's. UCLA, let's flip the script. Mick Cronin, I really wanted to see UCLA win this. I am huge on Donovan Dent. If you've seen my previous videos, I think Donovan Dent's going to be the Big Ten Player of the Year. I'm still going to stand by that. Absolutely. I think he's got the talent. We haven't started Big Ten play yet. I think Donovan Dent has all the tools to be the Big Ten Player of the Year, and I'm sticking with that. Braden Smith is awesome. Jeremy Fears is awesome. Yaxel Landenberg is awesome. But I'm sticking to my guns. I'm sticking with Donovan Dent. But I would love to have seen UCLA get a win here. I talked about it in my last video. I think this wasn't a must win for UCLA, but you can't lose this one. And it was a great opportunity to get a great non-conference win before conference play started. But unfortunately, Gonzaga's bigs were just a little bit too much for the Bruins to handle. So they'll get after it in Big Ten play. They'll have some excellent matchups, of course, coming up with all of the powerhouses in the Big Ten. But this would have been a really nice resume builder for end of year, and I think from a confidence standpoint going into conference play. Everybody came to the table and said we're putting together a great strength of schedule to prep us for conference play and to get us a great resume for the tournament when it comes to Selection Sunday. Arizona's was great. The resume consists of a win against Florida at the beginning of the year, UCLA, at UConn, Auburn, and Alabama. Just awesome job there. They beat Alabama 96-75. They were down 2 at half, ended up winning by 21. Braden Burrius, welcome to the show, man. You've been playing phenomenal over the last couple of weeks. Had 28 points, loaded up the stat sheet, 11 of 19 from the field, 7 boards. He's a freshman from San Bernardino. So again, I continue to say freshman. This class is loaded, man, and there's some great ones that I didn't even get to talk about just because there was so much great action on Saturday. But Braden Burrius is another guy that can be on that elite freshman list, along with Cam Boozer, DeBonza, Caleb Wilson, Mikael Brown, all of those great ones. But his last 4 games, he's got 28, 16, 15, and 20 for the Arizona Wildcats. And when he gets going with Koa Pete and Jaden Bradley, they're already number 1, but watch out. Wildcats are going to be very tough to stop in March because you're getting great guard play and you have a monster down low. So Arizona is the best team in the country, in my opinion. Now in my opinion, after beating the brakes off of Alabama, it was I thought Michigan was the best team, but Arizona just continues to impress. They continue to just beat all these great teams. So Bama, let's talk about them for a second. Get their 3rd loss. Losses to Purdue, Arizona, and Gonzaga. So 3 top 10 teams, probably arguably 3 top 5 teams, depending on where you want Gonzaga to fall. So the resume isn't terrible. They've played a complete gauntlet of a schedule as well. Beat St. John's early in the year, beat Illinois on the road. Sorry, that was a neutral site game in Chicago, but basically on the road. You beat Clemson, who is solid, and then your 3 losses to be into Arizona, Gonzaga, and Purdue, of course. They don't really have They don't really have a big time contest until they go to Nashville to play Vanderbilt on 1-7. But Alabama, they've got a ton of talent. They can outscore, I think, anybody in the country. LeBaron Philon with 24 points, 10 rebounds, 5 dimes. He also had 5 turnovers. So this is my SEC Player of the Year. I think LeBaron Philon has all the tools to be the SEC Player of the Year. I think he has all the tools to be a great guard in the NBA. But those 5 turnovers, that's when I look in the box score, and that's when I get a circle. Because he can make these boneheaded mistakes. I think he gets real fancy with the ball. He can get kind of lackadaisical with it. The talent is all there. And he has shown he can be an elite scorer. He can be an elite passer. He's just got to clean up some of these mistakes. And some of these mistakes are going to end up costing Bama. I think low-key it cost them the Purdue game at home. I wish I would be able to see a little bit more of this Arizona game. It looked like Arizona just dominated in the second half, which they did. But Philon with 24. Latrell Wrightsell had 21. Aiden Sherrill had 8 blocks, which was great. That's an awesome that's a dominant defensive performance. But again, I talk about the Xavier Booker at the UCLA Gonzaga matchup. 8 blocks doesn't do you anything if they're just getting offensive rebounds and getting putbacks here. So that was an interesting stat. The other stat that I turned to is Arizona takes care of the ball. They only have 4 turnovers the entire game. So that makes me think that Bama, they don't really want to play defense. They just want to try and outscore you. And if you're not hitting threes or you're not shooting at a high clip, Bama's going to be in some trouble. And you can't play like that against great teams. Now, when you're hot, of course, you can beat anybody in the country. But when you're not, this is what happens. So Alabama, I think though, I like Nate Oates. Nate Oates got great strat. I think he's up for, I believe, Coach of the Year in the SEC. He's always going to be in that line. But Alabama just got to be able to come up with some stops and play a little bit of defense before you get into conference play. So, and they're done with their gruesome schedule. Again, like I said, they don't have another tough contest until they go to Nashville to play the Commodores of Vanderbilt. All right, last but certainly not least, we're talking KU NC State. Our only overtime game of the weekend for the top 25. Kansas 77, NC State 76. The Melvin Council Legacy game. The St. Bonaventure transfer. He saw Adrian Wojnarowski come in and take over the basketball operations, and he's like, dude, I'm out of here. I'm going to Kansas. Shows up, has 36 points, 13 of 27 from the field, 9 of 15 from 3. Helps Kansas get a huge W against NC State on the road. Of course, without him, they get blown out. But Will Wade, I've talked about him before. He's an awesome coach. He always gets his guys up and ready to play. They had 4 guys in double figures. The Wolfpack did. Highlighted by Darian Williams, the Texas Tech transfer, 17 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. And he also had a shot. He also had a shot to win the game at the end. I'll show you that real quick.
Well, NC State has a timeout left if they have trouble getting it in. Copeland gets it in. Williams for the win. It's no good.
So if that drops, that's a huge pickup for NC State. They would have moved to 8-4, but unfortunately take another L in the loss column. Kansas picks up a great road win, great quad 1 win in my opinion. I think NC State's a lot better than what their record is, and Will Wade, before the ACC play gets going, is gonna have this team right. They're kind of that second tier in the ACC. You have Duke, Louisville, and UNC up top. Then you've kind of got Wake Forest, NC State, Miami, Pitt, maybe, Virginia Tech, Virginia. You got those kind of right there in the middle, and then the bottom of the bottom after that. So. Great win for Kansas. Bill Self, Darren Peterson, another excellent freshman at 17. I'm sure he's still working his way back from his hamstring injury, but Nonetheless, good pickup W for the Jayhawks. Okay, that's Saturday's slate. Now we're going to talk through top 25. Just give you my reaction and just give you my thoughts on these teams and kind of the levels that everybody's at. So first off, hey, big round of applause. Georgia Bulldogs, baby. Welcome to the top 25, representing the SEC, getting another team in there. Great seeing that Georgia G in the top 25. They have an excellent offense, by the way. If you had a chance to check them out, go check out the Bulldogs. They got one of the top 5 offenses in the country. It could be a sneaky team in the SEC going forward. So great to see them getting their flowers. But there's different tiers to this. You've got your tier 1, who've really solidified themselves as the top 5 teams. I think there's these 5 guys, who is Arizona, Michigan, Duke, Iowa State, UConn. I think they are in a tier of their own. And then shortly after, you have tier 2, which in the rankings, I'm literally just going straight off of it. It makes sense to me. But yeah, your tier 2 teams are Purdue, Gonzaga, Houston, Michigan State, BYU, Louisville, North Carolina, and I believe Arkansas. So Arkansas, this is an interesting one. Now, of course, you see the state. I'm a little biased, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really know how they don't slide up past Vandy or past Carolina or even past Louisville. I don't see how they're maybe not sitting at 11, maybe even 10. I understand that all the teams in front of them didn't lose. But you move up Vandy, who beat Central Arkansas. Yes, they're 10-0, 11-0, or whatever. But Arkansas gets a huge win against Texas Tech, who's now ranked 19th, and you only slide them up 3 spots. That didn't sit right with me. But again, there's a lot that goes into this. It's still early. You don't want to be peaking at this time. You want to continue just building your resume. It's a long season. But I was really surprised by Arkansas. And so was Pizza Hut. Check out this tweet. Pizza Hut might know ball. That was awesome seeing that, man. Loved seeing Pizza Hut get into the top 25 action, man. They seem to love college basketball. So I know Pizza Hut's in Arkansas, I'm sure, are making a boatload of money this upcoming week. So really standing behind the Razorbacks, and that was really funny to see. So we'll see what kind of pull Pizza Hut has for the top 25. Maybe they join the committee, or whoever comes out with the committee that comes up with these rankings. But we'll see. That's TBD. We'll stay close on that. Okay, then you have your third wave. So these are teams that they need to get 1 or 2 things correct, or I need to see a little bit more from, that I think they can end up competing for an Elite 8 Final Four. So that is Vandy, Nebraska, Alabama, Kansas, Illinois, Texas Tech, St. John's, Virginia, Florida, and Georgia. So Georgia, welcome to the party, of course. Florida don't have the greatest resume. They haven't won any big games just yet. They're playing better, don't get me wrong, but the combo of Xavier Lee, Boogie Fland doesn't seem to be clicking right now. Todd Golden will get them right for sure. St. John's seems to be dealing with a little bit of injury problems. Patino got a lot of talent out there. Big East play, I'm sure that they'll get right after that. Texas Tech, we already talked about. Illinois, we already talked about. Kansas, get Darren Peterson healthy, get rocking and rolling, you'll be just fine. Alabama, start playing defense. And then Vandy and Nebraska, just need to see a little bit more from them as we go into the conference play season. So that's my tier 3. Tier 4, I've got Iowa, USC, Kentucky, UCLA, Villanova, and St. Mary's. These are teams that are on the outside looking in of the top 25, but I believe they have potential to, once they get healthy and or a couple more things right and have an excellent conference play, they can be a threat in the tournament. So, and a few of those probably going to be on the bubble, but when they get in, that's a team that I don't want to be playing. So, but other than that, I mean, I thought the committee, or whoever, the AP, Associated Press, got this pretty right. I thought Illinois was going to slide a little bit more after losing to Nebraska, obviously rewarded Nebraska there. Vandy, didn't really understand them sliding up after beating Central Arkansas, unless the Associate Press thinks Central Arkansas, they might have got confused maybe with the Razorbacks, but that didn't make much sense. Florida, I thought for sure was going to fall out of the top 25 with 4 losses, but they're keeping them around just based on their strength of schedule and their strength of losses. But other than that, top 10 staying the same didn't bother me. So, yeah, again, it's still early. It's December 15th. We have a ton of ball left. Week 7. I'll be curious to see what this looks like compared today to end of the year. So, yeah, those are my quick reactions, quick initial thoughts. But yeah, we're going to talk through Jonny'S buckets of the week coming up. All right, Jonny'S buckets of the week, baby. I've got 2 for you. First, the BYU Cougars against Clemson, the Clemson Tigers at the Garden for the Jimmy V Classic. Rob Wright, check it out.
Moskowitz to inbound. Right. Got it!
Absolute buckets, baby. Rob Wright against Clemson, man. This is a great comeback for the Cougars on last Tuesday night. Being down 20+, storming all the way back, getting a clutch bucket, of course, in the game winner from your elite point guard. This one I was going bananas for here in my apartment, but so he's our first nominee. Our second and our last one, Jamarcus Lawrence for the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Check it one more time.
Gotta go. Down to 5. Holberg kicks it out. Lawrence gonna win. Got it!
I mean, just stone cold ice in the veins, man. And this one was a toss-up for me. This one was really, really difficult to hand out the second ever Golden Bucket Award. But this is going to go to Jamarcus Lawrence from Nebraska. Only had to give them a slight edge because it was on the road against a conference opponent. BYU, they had an amazing comeback, and I'm not taking anything away from them. But for Nebraska to go on the road and do that takes some cojones to go in and do. So congratulations to Jamarcus Lawrence. You get Jonny'S second ever bucket of the week, Golden Bucket Award. First one going to Isaiah Evans, of course, hitting that big 3 against Florida a couple weeks ago. But yes, Jamarcus Lawrence in Nebraska playing great basketball. Keep that going, man, and hopefully we see you on here again another time. So, okay, that concludes episode 13, man. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hit that subscribe button, give me a like, give me a follow. We've got an excellent weekend of college hoops coming up. I'm going to go ahead and talk through that on Friday. Everybody have an awesome week. God bless. I'll talk to you later. Peace.